Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode. We are going to be hiking Bell Canyon up to the reservoir. You can go all the way up to the waterfall, but I don't think we're going to be doing that today. So let's get going. So there are two ways to start this hike. On the one side you have the residential area, which is where we are. There is a small parking lot. You can pull over and start your hike from here. There is another way of hiking up here, but it is not in the shade and it's a little bit longer. So even though this is a little more strenuous of a hike, this is the more shady of the two, and today's getting pretty hot, so we will check back in a minute. Smile. So we are about halfway up the trail. It's a little more rugged than I remember. I think you have to start on the other side in order to get the river that I remember. Either way, still beautiful, gorgeous view. I wanted to chime in and show you guys how pretty the flowers are. As the summer progresses and the snow starts to melt, we'll see more and more wildflowers on these trails. And I can't wait to show you guys Albion Basin. I'll be doing that hike in August because we need the snow to melt and the flowers to bloom. And it is still not melted up on top last I checked, so we will hold off on that hike for now. There's Salt Lake City way out there, and we are almost to Bell Canyon Reservoir. I hear water. I'm joined by my hiking buddy today. She doesn't feel like being on camera. That's okay. Not everybody likes to be on camera all the time, so let's try and respect that. Here's some of the quartz crystals that we have here in Utah. You can see that this one was cut down the center. These quartz stone blocks were quarried up the canyon a ways and were what the pioneers used to build the Salt Lake City Temple, which we'll be touring next week. You can see here this line. This is from where they put in the spikes, and what you do is you go and you hammer in these spikes and then you put in a wedge, and that breaks open your block and you're able to carry it down. So the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints actually set up a deal with the Northern Pacific Railroad to assist them in connecting their railroad if they agreed to bring the train down this way so that they can bring their rocks up to Salt Lake City. So I just wanted to show you, this is a part of the Wasatch Front watershed. The Wasatch Front watershed, and it's just beautiful. The waterfall's actually pretty low this time of year. For this time of year, we are in the middle of a pretty severe drought out here in the west, and I do hope to get you guys out into the mountains before the smoke from the wildfires affect our hikes. All right, so we stopped for a little break, and now we will continue on with our hike. Now, one piece of advice real quick, when you're here on these sandy type of loose, I don't know, dusty trails, just make sure to pick up your feet so that way the people behind you aren't eating your dust the whole trail up. So you can see there's a little bit of an incline up ahead, but it's not too challenging. There's a small switchback and then we will be up at the reservoir, but you get these gorgeous views the whole way up, which make it really worth it. Today is so bright and sunny. You can see all the way to that side of the valley where the Great Salt Lake is. On this side, there's the mine over here, the Kennecott copper mine, which has now been bought by Rio Tinto. That's where they mine all of our country's molybdenum, and silver, other natural resources, and rare earth minerals. Salt Lake Airport's over this way, so if ever you come to visit, in relation, we're up against the mountain, and we have a little ways to go. So we are almost to the top. This, I think, is our steepest switchback. After that, it kind of flattens out, and you can see the snow on top of the mountains. That's why we can't go there just yet. My hiking buddy needs a little minute. And you know, never be sad about taking time on these hikes. Always take your time on a hike. If you feel out of breath, if you feel like you need a break, never be afraid of taking that break. You earned it, you deserve it. It's totally worth it. So take as much time as you need. The wind is giving us a nice little breeze. Welcome breeze. It's about 91 degrees Fahrenheit. I would have started earlier in the day, but I had a pretty intense root canal earlier this week, and I wasn't sure if I'd be up to hiking at all. So, oh look, they made a little bench. Go ahead, take a rest. You can see these giant granite blocks. We are almost there, just right around this bridge. Let me show you how gorgeous this is, guys. Oh, it's just breathtaking. And what's great about this is it's somewhat of a moderate hike, especially if you go the long way. We went the steeper way up here, but if you take the longer hike, it's super easy. You just take your time on it. There's a slight incline in the very beginning and a slight incline towards the end. But look at this. So beautiful, so peaceful. Perfect place for a snack, for a lunch, picnic. Up here in the mountains of Salt Lake City, Utah, in the Wasatch Range. Some Canadian geese, they fly through here on their way back down south and their way up north. There's tons of fish. It's a great fishing spot. It's just very calm, very picturesque. So we will walk around and find a good spot to sit and relax. I'm telling you, I think the ducks like me. They could go around me. They could go far away.
They are going around you.
No, I mean far away. So it is beautiful up here. It was a really lovely hike. We have just a little bit further to go. I'm going to try and show you some of the waterfalls on the other side. Obviously, we're not going to hike all the way up to the big waterfalls. They're about an 8-mile hike. And frankly, I'm not up to it just yet. As you can tell, I'm still very white and my legs are still very flabby. So it's gonna be a couple months before we go and do that hike. But I can't wait to show you guys that one as well. I hope that you enjoyed this beautiful view with us today, and I will see you in a minute. hiking buddy found some ducklings and got kissed by a butterfly. It's a duck coming to say hi.
Look at this tree. That's a nice tree. Well, look at that butterfly. So pretty.
Take the high road and I'll take the low road. And I'll be in Scotland before ye. On the bonny, bonny lakes of Loch Lothian. There's better trees to climb. Come on, Chip. What?
I heard a noise.
Yeah, you dork. That was you who made the noise.
No, there was a noise, I swear.
Okay. Maybe if I play it back on video, there'll be some disembodied voice. We'll become like the Travel Channel, Ghost Adventures.
There's a ghost right there, Danny. It haunts this place.
Oh, look. That butterfly almost landed on you. Oh, look at the fish! Guys, I just wanted to show you the longer area of the hike. Look how gorgeous this is. Ah, it's a beautiful day. I do wish that I had come a little bit earlier in the day so it was a little cooler, but it's still fabulous. If you go up that canyon there, I'll point it out. Over here you can kind of even see the waterfall up there, that little white spot. See there? So there's the granite. That's the much further waterfall, which we will not be venturing on to today because we started a little too late and it's definitely a day-long hike. This hike is perfect though. It's very simple, very easy, just beautiful. It just gives a beautiful view of this mountainside. I think at the top is either Alta or Snowbird. Lots of skiing, lots of snowboarding during the winter, and in a couple of weeks we will go up that way. Thank you so much everyone for joining us this week's episode of Golden Girl of the West. I'm Goldie, your host. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. We had a great time. We got to come up here and see this beautiful landscape. It's perfect for picnics, family, dates. I know the first time I came up here was for a date, so it's definitely worth coming to see. We're just here above the Salt Lake Valley. I'll get a few more shots so that you guys get to enjoy it with us. Anyway, I hope that you love these episodes. If you do, please like and subscribe. If you have any advice or anything that you would like to see us explore next time, please leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and remember, every day you're alive is a win. Mwah! You can do our outro.
No.
Thank you for joining us this episode, Golden Girl of the West.
No, ready? Watch, I'll do a good outro.
Do it.
Oh no, there's people coming.